Hi guys, this is very important question. Solid principles. The interviewer can ask different ways. What are the principles you followed in your project? He may ask, do you know solid principles? We can see now what those principles with examples are. You can find code examples, public GitHub link in YouTube description or you can see in the slides. Solid full form. S means single responsibility principle. O means open or closed principle. L means Lisco substitution principle. I means interface segregation principle. D means dependency inversion principle. First one, SRP, Single Responsibility Principle. The SRP states that a class should have only one reason to change it. It should have a single responsibility or purpose. Example, let's consider a invoice application. We can have a invoice class responsible for managing a add and delete invoice. However, the class should only handle operations related to the invoice, such as add and delete invoice. It shouldn't be responsible for generating reports or sending notifications. Those responsibilities should be delegated or to separate classes like report generator and notification sender to follow the SRP. The code example, you can check it in below mentioned public GitHub link. Second one, OCP, Open Closure Principle. The OCP states that classes should be open for extension but closed for modification. It means that we should be able to add new functionality without changing the existing code. Example, suppose we have a shape class hierarchy with subclass like circle, rectangle, and triangle. If we want to add a new shape such as square, we should extend the existing code rather than modifying the shape class or other existing shapes classes. This can be achieved by introducing an abstract shape class with a draw method which can be implemented differently by each subclass. The code example, you can check it in below mentioned public GitHub link. Third one, LSP, Lisco Substitution Principle. The LSP states that objects of a superclass should be replaceable with objects of its subclass without affecting the correctness of the program. Example, consider a vehicle class with a start engine method. According to the LSP, if we have a car subclass, we should be able to replace a vehicle object with a car object without any issues. In other words, calling start engine on a car object should behave in the same way as calling it on a vehicle object. The code example, you can check it in below mentioned public GitHub link. Fourth one, ISP, Interface Segregation Principle. The ISP states that clients should not be forced to depend on interfaces they do not use. It's better to have multiple specific interfaces rather than a single general purpose interface. Example, let's see we have an employee interface with methods like calculate salary, request time off, and arrange meeting. However, some employees, like interns, might not attend meetings. In this case, it's better to create separate interfaces like salary calculator, time off requester, and meeting attendee. So, the classes can implement only the interface they require. The code example, you can check it in below mentioned public GitHub link. Last one, DIP, Dependency inversion principle. The DIP states that high-level modules should not depend on low-level modules. Both should depend on abstractions. Abstractions should not depend on details. Details should depend on abstractions. Example: suppose we have a notification service class responsible for sending notifications to users instead of directly depending on concrete implementations of notification channels. Example: email, SMS. The notification service should depend on abstraction like notification channel, concrete classes like email notification channel and SMS notification channel. Would implement the notification channel interface, allowing for easy substitution of different channels without modifying the notification service class. This is helpful for interview questions or developing an project. Should follow solid principle. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share.